Let's launch into version 1.20 of H2R Gear and take a look at what's new. There's lots of things packed into this version, and I'm just going to launch into one of my plans right away so we can take a look at what's new. One of the things I fixed is there's a new way to resize these zones here. So if you didn't get it working on Safari, maybe Firefox, should work a lot nicer for you now. Scanning on down to another item here, I have this 8-port LAN little gear item here. And one of the things I want to show you is how easy it is to make changes now to a gear item. So if I right click that, click on edit, you'll see that what opens up is a builder for this particular item. So from there, I can actually make all the changes I want. So I could rename it if I wanted, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go down to the inputs and outputs section and I'm going to drag a few things around. So for example, here I can move a couple of the Ethernet ports over to the side. And when I click done, I can see it made the changes to that particular item here on the gear plan. And this is really great for making last minute changes to items, or maybe you just want to make a quick change to a name that's written by someone else from the gear community library. This is a great way to do it. From there, I can throw in some connections. So like before, I can create a connection from output to input. But what I have added in this new version is creating connections from input to output. So you can just draw the other way. And in fact, another thing I want to show you is this clear selection, select all. If I clear the selection here, you'll notice that this, in fact, let me just move this zone out of the way for a second. You'll notice since this is technically a bidirectional cable, data can move in both directions. I have changed the arrow on one end to a little nudge on both sides. So now you can see this little groove here. So it shows that there's no real direction for the data to flow. It's just a cable that's connected between these two things. And if I want to remove that cable at any time now, I can just right click it and press delete and that will get rid of that cable. Speaking of deleting things, I can select an item and delete it myself with the keyboard. So I can do a lot of things with the keyboard actually. I've added shortcuts up to the top here so you can see all the shortcuts. One of the ones I like is Control C and Control V, so the classic copy and paste. So on my keyboard here, I'll press Control C since I have this one selected and Control V, and it will create a copy of that item right beside it. But maybe I don't want that item. I'll just press delete on my keyboard and away it goes. Now I know those sort of shortcuts are not changing the world here, but it is really nice to have them. There's a few in there for zooming in and out, panning up and down. You can select all the gear, you can delete gear items, all that good stuff. So explore the shortcuts and give them a go. And a couple more things to talk about here in the gear plan is whenever I add gear, I can add it from my gear, the community library, but I can also do this little quick builder. And this just creates the item just right here on the plan. It's the only place it exists, but maybe you want a really quick little device, this little gear item here that has a HDMI input and a HDMI output. I can press add to plan and here I have that on the plan. I can use that for whatever I want, or I could jump in, edit it, and add another output and input. So now I have a 2 HDMI in, 2 HDMI out gear item really quickly and it's ready to go. One of the things I want to do here is change this to be SDI instead so I can connect it to one of my other devices here. I'll click done on that and I have my ATEM SDI Pro ISO above it, draw a cable between that, and now I have that little SDI cable. However, whenever I jump in and edit that item, I now have items connected to it, so some of the editability has been removed because I don't want to drag this over here and then where should the cable go? Should it be deleted? No, I don't want that. So now I can't drag or delete these around, but I can still add some more if I want to, and I can do that, and you'll see the items come in. If I get rid of that cable, jump back into edit mode, I get all my editing back again, so I can delete things and go from there. And besides that, whenever I add a cable label, so whenever I'm drawing a cable, I can hold down the Alt or Option key and it adds this nice little label here. I'll just leave it as the default for now, label 5 meters. And whenever I open my patch list, I can see that cable label in here somewhere, label 5 meters, there it is. So if you've given it a custom label, it will show up in the patch list. And if you open the pack list, you'll also notice that the cable label shows up as well. So here it is, great name, label 5 meters. And it's showing up just fine. Alright, that's a look at what's new in H2R Gear version 1.20. There's a few fixes and a few other little bits and pieces I haven't gotten to in this video, but I hope your gear plans will get even better. And from here, you can let me know if you have any issues, feedback, thoughts. You can always reach out on the website, go back to the homepage, issue your feedback, let us know. Thanks for watching.